We are Lagos Talks 91.3.
Let's talk. It's the midday show right here on Lagos Talks 91.3. My name is Ifunaya. In the studio with me, I have my unequivocal co-host, Seun Kuti.
Hello, Ifi. Hello, everybody. How on a deal? Lagos. Today is another the people's perspective. You know, we got the TPP. Yeah, you know
Hey.
It's time. Hey.
And it's brought to you by Adam and Eve, Nigeria's number one homeware superstore. That's a tested and trusted homeware service, providing luxurious lifestyle products that reflect the class, the style, and the personality of their clientele by providing an extreme range of products to suit all tastes and
The feng shui. That balance that brings wellness to your being.
I love it.
You know, it's not just to pack every expensive thing and fool your house. You know, like Chief Money Miss Road.
Yeah.
You're able to always also show you how to set it up.
Yeah.
You know, the right things for the right place.
They will give you your money's worth.
Listen, these people know what they are doing. Okay. I went there and I promised them I'll take my wife. But I'm not taking her yet.
And there's a reason why.
There's a reason. You know when you take your wife twice. At least if you're in my own financial bracket.
Oh my goodness. But yes, Adam and Eve is located at Isaac John in Ikeja, Lagos. So if you're thinking of transforming your house into that go-to place, which is a home, ensure that you reach out to them and they will create exactly what you envision.
Yeah, and
bring
also,
that to life.
I always talk about the scents. You know, the scents, the air freshness,
that
the
you're
fragrance
going to go and steal.
That these people like, you know, like for me, you know, smells matter a lot.
Of course.
And their building is hermetic, so they have to keep it fresh. And you know, I was asking the lady like, how did they keep it? And she was like, they have this air freshness. And listen, that's the business.
Place.
You know, I want you to people should experience that. You know,
they have nice coffee as well.
Alone.
They have really nice coffee. Did you get coffee?
I stopped drinking coffee.
Oh man. They have nice
because
coffee.
It was killing me. I was drinking too much.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I have to I'm starting again small. I'm testing my body.
You should have told me. I wouldn't have given you this coffee that I
just
had
took
here.
a sip. And that's I give you back after a sip. I'm telling you before. No, I just put that here. It's not yours anymore.
Anyways, guys, welcome to today's show. But before we proceed, last week when we were having a conversation in the studio, as we always do, you know, we have some of our callers who've become family because they ensure that they're part of this journey every day. Every time we come on air, they join the conversation. They chime in, giving us their very well-versed opinions regarding whatsoever the subject matter is.
Yeah.
And last week, you called me your firefly.
Yes.
And then you were teasing that one of our very favorite and frequent listeners, Adeyemi, was going to call in to call me
butterfly.
The radio butterfly, like
and we've had
used
this
to.
back and forth for almost a year now.
Yeah, for almost a year now.
You know, and it's very exciting, a very interesting part of our show. It's almost a part of the show now.
Exactly.
You know.
But sadly, I then received a DM later that day. This was after the show.
Yeah.
And someone said to me that Mr. Adeyemi had passed on to glory. That was a very shocking news that I got. You know, it was very sad. Someone that has become part and parcel of your show, your everyday.
And someone we spoke to less than a week.
Exactly.
We spoke to him the week before on the show, and he didn't sound, you know, I mean, Nigeria just takes everybody by surprise in many different ways. You know, on New Year's Day, I lost my bandit too, just like that.
Yeah,
I'd seen him 2 days before at the rehearsal, and his wife just said they were trying to get him to hospitals. Hospitals won't take him, and you know, Nigeria eats people up, man. I mean, we have to understand that, you know. And our condolence to his family, our deepest sympathies, and we would give 1 minute of this our show today in silence, you know, to him because we respect him and we appreciate the moments we spent together. It meant something to us here at the People's Perspective. Mm-hmm. So 1 minute silence for Mr. Adeyemi.
Okay.
Some guy called, right? And he's panting onto the phone. And I'm just like, okay, you know what? Maybe network whatnot to school. Next thing, I hear him basically erupt. Yeah. That's that we have the system we have where we don't just press live because what will you people have here? Not that you, the way ABC would just come out. I think you guys are adding all out.
May his wonderful soul continue to rest in peace.
Amen.
Yes. Thank you very much. And now let's get on with the show.
Let us get on with the show. We're going to be starting off with the Nigeria Communications Commission directing telecommunications companies to shut down their operation in Zamfara and other neighboring states. At the beginning of the week, we got this information because there was a memo that was dated the 4th of September, of course, of this year, saying that network providers were informed that the shutdown is necessitated by insecurity in the state and regions around it. And so this directive was given by the executive vice chairman, I beg your pardon, of the NCC, Umar Dambata, who stated, I beg your pardon, and I quote, "The pervading security situation in Zamfara state has necessitated an immediate shutdown of all telecommunication services in the state from today, the 3rd of September 2021. This is to enable...
Thank God I don't get beep for Zamfara. Chai.
This is to enable the security agencies to carry out required activities towards addressing the security challenge in the state. And they said, in line with this requirement, they are hereby directed to shut down all sites in Zamfara state and any site in neighboring states that could provide telecommunications services in Zamfara state. Now, a quick follow-up to that initial information that we got. The Commissioner for Information in Zamfara State, Ibrahim Dosara, has said that the military's offensive against the bandits in the state is yielding tremendous success since the shutdown of the telecommunications service. And they're saying that, of course, this is enabling them take down the bandits, locate the bandits and take them down somewhat seamlessly due to the shutdown of the telecommunications site in Zamfara. So just taking a look at this, because just looking at this story, there are two particular things that I'm probing, right? The first is this: with the fight against insecurity, thanks to technology, I believe that one of the major ways that we fight this is communication, having platforms where we are able to disseminate information. If there be any emergency, people can call the right bodies and the right authorities, to get their attention to swoop into action. Now, on that aside, seeing how insurgency in Nigeria has somewhat snowballed and, should I say, evolved into these insurgents, these terrorists using very sophisticated weapons, do you think that these people would be able to somewhat bypass whatsoever restrictions have been put in place due to the shutdown of these telecommunication sites as well? So do you think that this is actually effective and this was one of the best ways or positions for the military to actually take down these bandits in Zamfara?
Well, for me, I think to have the entire communication shut down means that this situation is really getting out of hand. This is an extreme measure. And the fact that the government is still reluctant to call a state of emergency in the northern states of Nigeria, where there's no security, where there's breakdown of law and order, so because the state of emergency takes power from the governor and his people, but measures like this, what does it do but disturb the citizens of Zamfara, because I'm sure the governor's phone is still working one way or the other. His line, you have a line he can use. And many of these terrorists also use satellite phones. And I think, they bypass, they have long-range communications, all these walkie-talkies, that use short waves and stuff like that. So, I mean, this is definitely one of the, let's see, I mean, for me, I've lost hope in the Nigerian military's capability to stop this insurgency, because I don't think they are really working towards stopping the insurgency. A lot of people are making billions, from security votes, from security contracts, all in the name of insecurity and insurgency, in the northern part of Nigeria. So this is a big money game for a lot of people.
Yeah.
If you remember very vividly, I was saying that the only way to stop this is to ban open grazing. If this is the way this thing is happening, ban open grazing, and everybody should ranch their cows. Let these rich people that have been making money from time immemorial, they've been selling cows for centuries. They've gathered money from generation to generation. Let them invest some of it in ranch, create jobs for people, bring dignity to the life of the headsman. The so-called headsman will become, somebody working in a ranch, helping, updating his life instead of having him trek from Kano to Lagos every day. Every time. So these are the things that these are the questions that we must answer, whether people of Zamfara can call or not call. I don't know. Maybe they are using it to test. If it works in Zamfara, they will try it in Borno, try it everywhere elsewhere.
In the neighboring states.
So let's see. But I don't have any hope in this draconian tactics.
Yeah, and what makes me, so perturbed is the fact that already with what's been going on, thankfully through technology, that's the rest of Nigeria, is aware of the insurgency and the rate at which people are being kidnapped and people are dying. This is due to technology. How much more now for the 2 weeks, the duration of the 2 weeks, when things have been shut down? How are people able to put out information about what truly is going on? Because remember, there's a trust deficit between the people and the government, where when the government comes out with an official statement, people question it. People would rather get eyewitness reports because they believe they're fellow Nigerians. Now that their fellow Nigerians are not going to be able to pass out information in real time because of the shutdown of the telecoms companies, I wonder what that means for the regular Zamfara citizen.
Well, it just means that they want to give the army a free hand over there, to be able to go in there. People remember OD as well and Zaki Biam. The Nigerian army, they are not so soft when it comes to handling Nigerian people. Most of the times it's the innocent civilians that pay the price of the crimes of the insurgents. When the army comes, the real criminals would have left. But also in terms of communication, if you follow how America said they caught Bin Laden, because I still don't believe. I don't believe. He just caught him and then he threw his body in the ocean. We didn't even see his dead body. Yeah, and that's the end. Osama is over. But apparently it was through the phone of his courier. The guy was sending messages to him get things from town and all those kind of things. So I think is a two-way thing. Communications helps the criminals, but it can also be their Waterloo.
Yeah.
I know many criminals that do not use phones because your phone is the biggest way that the government can catch you.
Yeah.
Minus the fact that all the evidence that you keep in your social media and all of that, it is a way to be tracked. They can listen to anybody's call in this world. So I don't understand. Why is it that the Nigerian government can easily listen in on the calls of those that are trying to bring change to this country? Tap the phones of the freedom fighters, tap the phone of the civil activists, tap the phone of people that are trying to free Nigeria from bondage, but they cannot seem to get the phone of the terrorists to tap.
Very good question.
And listen in on their conversations. And, so all these kind of things, makes me not believe that this is truly something, people are making too much money. See, follow the money. Follow the money. Nigerians say they caught financiers in the UAE. What are their names? Who are they? So
and
now
what's the update on that story?
I'll be sitting down with financier of Boko Haram and I will not know. This is not, and they say they are fighting insurgency. But this is not, where's the information? We the people, we are part of this fight. You get information that is about people that are killing us, you hide it for yourself. You understand? But what can we say about a government where the children of the president doesn't have a job, is hosting a multi-billion-dollar wedding? What kind of child are you raising? So these are the kind of people we are dealing with. So I don't know. It is, for me, I don't see how that can change anything. That the people of Zamfara cannot call to help insurgents, IBM fighters. It's a lie. I'm sure they are squeezing telecoms company now will be begging. They are losing money. The governor will say, I don't know, the insurgents. We can't let the insurgents go and bring 2 billion first. to support the army's effort.
Oh my goodness gracious.
I said the telcos have been hearing this in Nigeria. When they say we are going to shut down everybody's phone if you don't do NIN, the telcos have to beg. The telcos are going to beg for us.
Oh, wow.
There has only been 15% compliance. 85% of our customers will be wiped out.
Oh, wow.
Please, pamper justice with mercy.
Wow.
So follow the money.
Yeah.
Follow the money. All this, I have said that, in lieu of open warfare in our own land, against these people, the most important strategy our government can use is to declare a financial state of emergency in the north. Because what is happening in the north is not behind the rich people of the north. There's no way all this can be happening and the people that the northern elites that are that are controlling this country, the generals, the ministers, all this, they are all part and parcel of it. They know what is going on. I mean, one of the biggest smugglers in Nigeria, what's his name? His name escapes me now. Oh, he has one kind of weird name. Okay. Very unique. He's the only one with that name in Nigeria. I've not heard on that person. I forgot. He's in APC, now. So he knows all the roots, all the kind of people. They know all the whole story about Nigeria. And these people know themselves. Declare a financial state of emergency in the north. Any transaction over 2 million naira must be explained. Where it is going, what it is used for, what is the business, where is the goods. Let's track the money. Let's track all the money in the north. Coming into that place, cash, wire transfer, whatever. Track the money. You understand? Put pressure on the money. That's how you end this kind of thing. So I think we are still trying to find the way not to offend the rich people of the north while trying to fight the insurgency that's happening there. But if we don't look into the active participation of the northern elite in what is going on, I don't think nobody can tell me that this kind of thing can be happening in their backyard. Even me, that I'm not like them, nothing can be happening in Ikeja. To this extent, I will not know the people perpetrating it. Yeah.
All right, please feel free to join the conversation. What are your thoughts about this? You could send a WhatsApp message. You can also give us a call. The phone lines to call 0809-234-5913, 0809-222-0913. You can also call 01-515-0913, 01-515-1913. If you want to send a WhatsApp message, please send it to this line, 0809-234-5913. Lagos Talks.
Good morning.
Good morning. Who's speaking, please?
Hello.
Apologies, we can barely hear you. Lagos Talks. Good morning. Who's speaking?
Hello.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Ify and Seun.
Good morning. What's your name?
Yeah, my name is Kingsley from Ikorodu. This is my first time calling on this particular program.
Oh,
welcome,
wow.
Kingsley.
Thank you so much for calling in.
Yeah, I got Seun. Hello.
Hi, buddy.
Fine, sir. Seun, if you listen to me, I don't think Nigerians are daft. Some people may, but I think the majority of Nigerians are not daft. And I think we can't be fooled. You can't fool everybody all the time. You want to fight insurgency in Zamfara, where the governor has been granting amnesty to this bandits, and then they've taken over the whole land. You have to now shut down a whole communication in the whole state. So what is the essence of the name? So they couldn't track these bandits with their so-called no intelligence to track them and feed them and finish them off. If a relative of mine was kidnapped in Chinkom, I think Chikumi in Kaduna. The bandits were sending the family pictures of their torture.
Oh, wow. That's terrible.
They were inside a building. Videos. I don't mean this is not satellite phone now. I mean phone with him. So the security agents could not track these people. They have to close the whole state so the poor man will keep on suffering. We know what is going on. Let them just dance their dance. I just pray that 2023 will come so that we can do the right thing, because we are no longer fooled. We know what the game plan is. So, shut down the whole system for what? It's a fight insurance. You can't track these people down. They can't track them. the bush is in heaven or in hell. What inside it?
Good question.
I'll tell you
All right, Kingsley, thank you very much for your take.
No matter how big Sambisa
Honestly.
forest is, if the Nigerian army has started combing Sambisa forest since 2011,
At least.
this is 2020, 10 years
At
of combing that.
at least.
No, they say, do you know the size of Sambisa forest? Yes, it's the size of the world. It's the size of the world. Sambisa
All right,
forest.
this one is coming from Wale. Wale is saying, I'm shocked at the news of Mr. Adeyemi's passing on. Though I've never met or I never knew him beyond Lagos Talks, it still feels like I have a picture of everyone that's part of Lagos Talks in my head. It's really saddening. It's like losing a family member. May God rest his soul and give his family the fortitude to bear this loss. Thank you very much for that kind message. Adigwe is saying, OMG, this is a sad day. Honestly, hearing the passing away of Mr. Adeyemi this morning makes me sad. May his soul continue to rest in perfect peace. This life, save entire person. This is from Shizu saying, what a loss to Lagos Talks and to the listeners. May his gentle soul rest in peace and may God Almighty give his family the strength to bear this loss. And Tunji as well is saying a man with a sweet voice, deep knowledge, humility and good vibes. I believe he was in his 60s when he said he did his NYSC in the early 80s on Michelle's show, and he was really a family part of the family, and we're really going to miss him. This is from Bao saying, a sad loss of Mr. Adeyemi. He's so much of a voice for the youth, and you forget he's quite an old man as well. May his soul rest in peace. And then he said, permit my paranoia, but I can imagine a network, or I can't imagine a network shutting down by the NCC due to terrorist activities when results transmitted by INEC isn't going the way the incumbent government wants it to be. To me, this is rehearsal. This is pure rehearsal, and we will see it when it happens. This is coming from Joshua, saying, I'm so sad to call myself a Nigerian. In this country, the elite spend more money on things that will kill us and distract us than things like firearm and entertainment. What is BB Niger when we are hungry and underserved? For us to stop this madness in this country is for us to work in unison and to stop dancing to the music that they throw at us. This is from Ebuka saying, good morning. This is heartbreaking story about the death of Mr. Adeyemi. May his soul rest in peace. And you're asking to drop some money in reaching out to the family. That's very kind of you, Ebuka.
Wow.
This is coming from
You say
Peter.
Ebuka na correct guy.
Exactly. It's a correct
That's
guy.
my guy. I know they don't thief our bell, Ebuka. You know, I forgive you.
The bell is broken, completely broken. Sorry. Peter is saying,
It's the
hello.
federal government. It's the federal government.
That broke the bell.
Yes.
Peter is saying, hello, Ivy and Joe. We've been hearing that the military are now taking severe actions against bandits, but yet it's yielded no result or evidence. The terrorists are still carrying out their terror. Can you imagine the effrontery of the military cows saying the anti-grazing bill will amount to pandemonium? Now, wow.
Yes, it will amount to a pandemonium in their bank account. Don't you understand? These people will have to invest in ranching. Hey, no Dubai trip for all girlfriends next year. All of you that your guy, your boy, your sugar daddy, I'm ATL selling cow. No Dubai next year.
This is your sugar daddy.
Yes, now.
This is coming from
No Dubai trip, so.
Aniekan, you just sent me a hilarious message.
Pandemonium.
Aniekan is saying, I saw the president's trousers in Imo State, and he's talking about the tailor that made the president's trousers. Did you see that?
He said the tailor will not make heaven.
That is funny. This is coming
You mean
from...
the tailor is corrupt? The tailor is corrupt.
This one is coming from a listener saying, and this person as well, he said, did you see the president's trousers? Why is everyone talking about the president's trousers?
I didn't see this trouser.
I didn't see it either.
Whoever this tailor is, good job.
I need to go check it out.
Good job.
Let's take these calls. Lagos Talks. Lagos Talks, good morning. Who's speaking, please?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. What's your name?
This is Ahmed Kuti.
All right, let's hear you.
Yes, Phil.
Hello.
Well done, my brother. How are you doing?
I did.
You did mention one thing about President's son now.
Yes,
you said,
yes.
The guy does not have a job, but he holds a big wedding. Have you forgotten they have ranches?
They have?
Have you forgotten they have ranches?
No, but I mean, they have ranches or they don't have ranches. I mean, your son is not yet working. You should be telling him to temper how to spend money.
They can use the money to hold the wedding now.
No, I mean, you have to give your son some kind of discipline. He's not working. That's what is important here. If he was working, yes, you give him everything he needs. Say, okay, fine, you're a working man. But he's not working. You have to teach him to be frugal.
I'm just trying to tell you, the guy has a job.
He has a job in the ranch.
Yes.
Okay.
Lagos Talks. What a point. Good morning. Who's speaking? Lagos Talks, good morning. Good morning. Who's speaking, please?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. What's your name?
My name is Peter Johnson from Shomolu.
All right, Peter, welcome. Join the conversation.
Thank you very much. In the first place, I want to say that even though I might sound like a broken record, as Femi Adesina has branded us, I will still continue to say this, and that is that Mr. President and Nigerian government under APC is not ready to fight insurgency. If they fight it, we will know. Now, let me ask us this question. If one Adeniyi that was commanding in the war front came out to tell us that, look, we don't have ammunition, look at our armor town, how they no tires, look at this. Instead of them to bring that man to tell them more, and they remove that man, is that the attitude of somebody who wants to fight insurgency? And the other man now came and said, look, one battalion can finish these people, but when we want to go, they tell us, don't go, leave them. Is that how to fight insurgency? And somebody said, okay, we gave you money to buy ammunition, and we don't see ammunition, we don't see the money. Instead of them to call the person to come and account, they gave him ambassadorial post and send him out of Nigeria. Is that how to fight insurgency? Brethren, as far as this country is concerned, and under Buhari, there is nothing like it. Don't play together. It's just wasting Nigerian money to buy Tucano aircraft to pretend to the world that they are fighting insurgency.
All right, thank you for your take. This is coming from Abayomi saying the issue of insurgency is sponsored by these corrupt politicians, and they know that the people doing it, but because they are feeding fat from it. Earlier this year, an American citizen was kidnapped, and American troops came all the way from America and rescued their citizen under 24 hours. Insurgency can't end in Nigeria. I don't trust the Nigerian government, is what Abayomi is saying. And this is coming from...
And I'm sure it is Nigerian army that told the American army where they were. And when they leave for there, go collect your people.
This is coming from a listener saying, I just wanted to say that may God grant the family of Mr. Adeyemi the fortitude to bear this loss. Thank you very much. Charity is saying it's so unbelievable hearing the death of Mr. Adeyemi. May his beautiful and gentle soul rest in peace. This is coming from Kelewensky saying, we have been talking about the North for months now, and people in my region are busy using NDDC, Niger Delta Ministries, etc., stealing the region's money. Even Ibori's return loot, he don't lost and we don't see him again. I don't know why you guys in the media demonize the idea of cessation and stigmatization. Those who believe that's the way to go. Please, it is just an option or an alternative or an alternative, not evil. I think you've lost me there, to be honest. But thank you very much for your take. This is coming from Amos saying, good morning, attention.
Kidnap is now active in Lagos. His friend was kidnapped and later released after paying how much? 80K. This is the kind of kidnapper that should kidnap me.
Why?
80K kidnapper. Please, all those ones that collect millions, they should leave me alone. If you are a kidnapper and you want to kidnap me, please let your range be between 50K and 80K so that my family can easily raise the funds.
But Seun, there are people that cannot raise that fund.
I said for me.
Okay, for you.
80K.
So are you attracting them to you?
80K kidnapper.
Please don't attract kidnappers to you.
This is the one that I like.
No, we don't like this one. We don't like this one.
I don't want those that would not say 50
so
million.
even if you're saying,
my family will say leave him there.
So what if in this case the 50 million is coming from the number of people that they've kidnapped, meaning 80K from different people. So it doesn't necessarily mean that they're not still earning that 50 million.
Hey, I don't mind. For me, I should be part of the 80K. That's 50 million because I know my family. If you call my senior brother Femi, hello, we've kidnapped Shell 50 million. I say, keep him.
Shell, please. This is coming from.
We'll use the 50 million to take care of his daughter. Don't worry.
Tony Sanusi is saying, oh wow, Mr. Adeyemi is gone. I'm always looking forward to his call on your shows, especially the nickname, the radio butterfly that he carved for our daily Iffy. May God grant his family the fortitude to bear this irreparable loss. This is coming from a listener saying, Dear Iffy and Okedibi Asheon. Okay, that's good, but they should as well tell the President and National Assembly to abolish any form of Sharia law across the state currently practicing it, and the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as one indivisible document in use for all. If not, this is just another noise making by this very terrorist group as well. Peter is saying, hello Iffy and Seun, did you guys see the president's outfit?
What did you wear? I'm going to go and check it. I want to check this trouser. Let me look at the newspaper.
Please look for it. I need to see. This is coming from Ifeoma saying, good morning Iffy and Seun. It's sad to hear the news of Mr. Adeyemi's transition. He was so knowledgeable with tremendous insight into issues. I really learned a lot from his contribution. May God rest his soul and comfort his family, friends and loved ones. Amen.
If you're the tailor that sold this Buhari trouser, try and contact me on Instagram. I want to buy the type.
And even Wale is sending a message saying as for the president's trousers as well. Wow. Anyways, guys, let's move on to other stories. But before we do that, remember, The People's Perspective is brought to you by Nigeria's foremost lifestyle store, Adam and Eve. Let's take a very quick break, and after the break, we'll be moving on to other stories right here on The People's Perspective. Stick around.
Take a break.
No chill.
Hello, my country people.
She's the nice one, always trying to keep him out of trouble.
Oh no, don't say that.
These two are on a mission to be the voice of the people. Lagos, are you ready? The Big Bird has landed.
This na Seun and Kuti.
And I'm Ifunanya. Join us every Friday, 11 a.m. to 12 noon on our brand new show.
If I open this my mouth, all tables scatter.
Father, help us all.
Talk to Seun Kuti and Iffy on The People's Perspective every Friday, 11 a.m. to 12 noon on Lagos Talks 91.3.
All right, welcome back to The People's Perspective, brought to you by Adam and Eve, Nigeria's #1 homeware superstore. My name is Ifunaya. In the studio with me is Seun Kuti, and we're just taking on the top stories for the week. Now, still riding off of the state of insecurity in Nigeria, let's take a look at a statement coming from the United Nations, especially the United Nations resident and humanitarian coordinator for Nigeria, Mr. Edward Cullen, who's warned the federal government on the dangers of attack on schools and abduction of students. He condemned this incessant attacks on schools. He said the kidnappings have affected hundreds of children in a number of states in Nigeria. Now, the UN official who raised this alarm that education is under attack in Nigeria said, and I quote, "The collective future of Nigeria is under threat." He said this in a statement on the 2021 International Day to Protect Education from Attack, which commemorates every September 9th. Now, this statement, it said, and I quote, the UN condemns attacks on schools and calls for more efforts to protect students and ensure uninterrupted teaching and learning. He noted, and I quote, that the attacks on schools are a direct attack on the future generation, adding that it is traumatic for the children. It undermines their individual dignity, and sometimes it leads affected families to withdraw them from education entirely. And so he said, I strongly condemn every form of attack that has kept many children away from schools. I call on the federal and the state government to do more to protect schools from attack and to ensure that teaching and learning is safe and conducive in all schools in Nigeria. Now, Seun, we know that Nigeria has the most out-of-school children in sub-Saharan Africa, and the UN is calling out the government, especially regarding insurgency and how it's been affecting our education in Nigeria. Now, to what extent does the UN have an influence in changing the status quo in, these different countries, particularly in Nigeria, regarding education? Because, with this statement, they're particularly targeting how insurgency is affecting education. How about the other things that have affected education, even without insurgency being in existence in Nigeria?
I would like to remind the United Nations that, in 1961, when Patrice Lumumba, one of the socialist presidents of Africa, who was working very hard to educate Africans, that the United Nations were the ones that arrested him and handed him over to Mobutu Sese Seko to kill and shut down the national radio of the Congolese people so that the Congolese people will not know that Lumumba had been abducted by their forces. You know, it is interesting to know that after we have done the IMF SAP, the structural adjustment program was nothing but the capitalization of the African economy. You know, so what was it basically? To tell government, stop investing in public services. Government has no business in delivering public services to the people. The job of African government is to invest in the businessmen, to allow business to thrive. And these businesses, these private services will provide us with the services that we need, the public services that we need. So we'll have private schools, we'll have private hospitals, and these are the things we should concentrate on and abandon public education in Africa. So the United Nations, all these IMF, United Nations, you know, right now, as we are talking, ASU is about to go on strike. Is it because of insurgents that the lecturers don't want to work again?
There you go.
Is it because of insurgents? Go to all our primary schools. I mean, the insurgents are doing us a favor to close them down. Have you read when you read people online, the way they spell? Nigerian spelling is what you need to know the level of the educational system in this country. People can't spell. We can speak because we watch film and we hear Igbo songs. We pretend that we can speak English. Whining our nose and speaking for by force. But let them write it down. You see spelling, you say with a week. Say, wow. I mean, people always complain about autocorrect on their phone. Like, oh, you're off arm now. Off your autocorrect.
You know what? I feel like a lot of people are on this table. Let's not even lie. Even over time.
So the insurgents, I mean, I went to Ajegunle to give a lecture at a primary school to some activists there that were trying to use the school for they use the hall in the school. I mean, look at this primary school. My goodness. So before the education of Africa, and let us also remember that what is happening in the north is also theft of land of the poor. These insurgents, they are driving the poor driving them into these camps. All their land, they can't go back. And these lands are being taken by the state government and redistributed to the rich for farming, for all of this. And what will make a poor man move quicker than anything? The moment you say his child cannot get education there. Because poor people in Nigeria and in Africa as a whole see education of their children as the most important. If they cannot educate all, they pick one or two or three to educate. These children will drag us out of poverty.
Exactly.
So as soon as you close the schools in that area, I mean, even more than the violence, you can be killing and they will stay. Burn their land, they will stay. But as soon as the schools close, poor people will move. I'm telling you, check it anywhere. So what is happening in Nigeria, other than this land grab thing, for people to say, oh, it is now that our education is, UN should now come out that it is now. Our education is under attack. The future, the education of Nigeria has been under attack by the elite of Nigerians since 1980. Since 1980, since Ali Must Go protest, they realized that students were a strong political force in this country. And they went to the university. Have you forgotten the massacre in Ife? That they went and killed the entire student union in the early 90s. I mean, let's remember all the attacks of Babangida and Unilag, going to meet them, Segun Mayegun, and arresting them and rolling tanks into universities. Education is under attack in this country, and not from insurgents. Not from insurgents.
Wow. So Seun, just before we carry on, but you've stated very chilling historical facts, taking a look at what's already been happening in Nigeria and where was the UN and the UN's role in all of that. But is it safe to say that over the years, power has changed hands and indeed there is a possibility that the individuals that are occupying positions in the UN do care about our educational system? And also, Nigeria being a sovereign nation, what really can the UN do if not to just give advice and give these recommendations? How effective do you think they can be?
The UN can be consistent. That is what they can be. They can be consistent in their dealing with these people that are failing. And you deal with them as failures, not come and complain and say, and then the same people, you start appointing them when they leave office. You start giving them posts inside UN, different positions in World Bank, in IMF. This is the problem. This is what I tell people. People say, oh, it is Africans controlling themselves now. Maybe the West have left us. Okay, they've left us. But as IBB was killing us in Nigeria in the 90s, the Queen was hosting him and having parade for him and giving him different kind of titles in England. So what does that mean? It means you are encouraging the act. You are encouraging them. You understand? You come and say, you be saying that they are elder statesmen. American president will still be inviting Nigerian president to White House, telling you about how strong our partnership is. What partnership? The partnership. What partnership? How is that partnership benefiting the Nigerian people? You mean your partnership that is impoverishing us? Abi, you that's the partner. So we Nigerians, because a lot of Nigerians lose a lot of sleep when all these international organizations make one statement about us. CNN said, economic. This one said, this one. This, like even when they make Boho had, they are going to the International Criminal Court. Makes no sense. It makes no sense because these people are not doing anything for our own benefit. It is all the game of power.
Yeah.
To control. To be the ICC wanted to issue warrant on George Bush and Obama and all of them for their war crimes. America said if they dare issue that warrant, that they will sanction every single judge.
Wow.
In the ICC and place them under arrest. Did you hear that? America, they will arrest the judges of the International Criminal Court if they prosecute any of their presidents for war crimes that they are guilty of. You understand? Who are these people that they have killed? Black and brown people all over the world. So all these international organizations, like even I see Nigerians will be happy that our children are serving in foreign military. How many Americans are serving in the Nigerian military? How many? 0. Nigerians will be serving in the... What will happen the day America wants to bring peace or bring democracy to Nigeria? Those our children will now land on our shores and be killing us. Is that what we are praising? Because I don't understand how we lose sleep when this international... I call UN useless nonsense.
Wow.
So, when this is true, they only have power over African people, bullying us. That's when they know where human rights violation here, human rights violation there. The people that are really causing it, you hobnob with them. You sit down with them, you bring them to your events, you invite them all over the world and portray them as the image of Africa. Then you now come and be issuing statements of how Nigeria, who are the people in charge of it? Oh, look at the pants, fam. I finally seen Buhari's pants.
So someone sent the picture of the trouser.
Who is this tailor? Hit me up, fam. I need it 5 in different colors.
This is too funny, man. Like, no, they are, no.
Buhari and Ebuka, fam. Oh my goodness. Listen,
wow, this is interesting.
Whoever this tailor is, don't let people be yabbing you because they don't like Buhari. This is style.
I like this.
This is style. I'm telling you, it's just that people don't like Buhari, so your trouser is not showing in his body.
Okay, no, well, let's dissect this. Did you expect him to wear like skinny trousers or like long trousers? I feel like these are the correct length.
This thing is stylish.
But these are the correct length now.
It wasn't like Macron, so I'm now. They write Dior for the side. Nigerians go for.
They'll say it's a new style.
Listen, I want us to see one day.
Someone said it's the chiffon.
See one day.
I can't.
I want to buy like all these bags that people, and then I'll just write put fake designer name on it. I'll make the bag myself. Put fake designer name on it. Then show the people the bag without the designer name. Do you like it?
Yeah.
I'll show a group. You said that nobody will like it. I'll not show another group the same bag with the designer name on it. They will fall. I see some kind of things people in Nigeria wear, some kind of clothes, some kind of things they carry as bag. I swear down. If it's not because one Oyibo person put their name on that thing, because it gives them status. It's the status we are wearing. It's not so this guy, don't worry. This is style. It is style. This is not fashion. Contact me. I need 5. 5 of that Buhari pants. I mean, now Abba Kyari sold this pants. This is from this Kyari Couture. This Kyari Couture. This is what I'm talking about. People know by Kyari Couture.
Oh my gosh! All right, Joe. Let's just touch on this last story. We know that Lagos has passed the anti-grazing law and also the VAT law. Let's just take it back to Governor Wike and the FIRS. We know that the FIRS has been in charge of VAT collection, which of course is then shared amongst the federal, state and the local governments. And we know that Rivers, Lagos and 4 other states are responsible for about 80% of the VAT collected in Nigeria. And so a federal high court in Port Harcourt on the 10th of August ruled that it was the right of the Rivers government to receive VAT in the state. Of course, restraining the FIRS from collecting VAT and personal income tax in Rivers State.
You mean Wike took the case to a federal high court in Port Harcourt? Wike.
And then the state had argued, of course, that it was against the constitution, of course, to generate VAT that is later then shared to other states. And the FIRS also failed to obtain a stay of execution that it sought to prevent the state government from just enforcing that verdict. And this is even as the agency appealed the ruling. Now, by this judgment, the Rivers State government is now cleared to enforce its newly passed VAT Act for now. Now, a similar bill, just got enacted here in Lagos as well. Now, we know that this has been ongoing for a while, and it's been a back and forth between the FIRS and the Rivers State government. And finally, now this has been enacted. And we know that the same decision has been made in Lagos State as well. In terms of judgment and in terms of fairness, some people might say, this is fair because at the end of the day, these are monies that are being collected from these different states as well. However, in terms of the national interest of things, do you think that this is a fair judgment? And what difference do you think is going to make now that, these monies will be getting into the coffers of the Rivers State government and every other state government that decides to?
I think Wike needs this money to pay pensioners they have been owing for 9 years. This is why Governor Wike is taking this matter serious. The pensioners of Rivers State have not been paid for 9 years. Old people that have worked all their life for it, they are dying, begging for their money. Wike is doing this because he needs to pay them. It's 9 years.
Wow.
So, he needs the money to come from somewhere. In Lagos State too, this is because the Lagos State government wants to improve the facilities of Lagos residents. To spend this money judiciously. For our benefit. FIRS said only 20 Nigerians pay 10 million in tax. Can you believe that? Only Fantastic. 20 Nigerians pay 10 million in tax. And they still want to collect VAT. I tell people, I say, one day you will wake up, you will meet somebody from Ministry of Finance assigned to your house to just put his hand in your pocket constantly. Once you come for it, you say, raise up your hand. It's for federal government. You put his hand in your pocket, you remove all the money that is inside. You say, you're going inside your house. This is for the government today. We are coming again tomorrow. That's the next step.
Oh,
do you know how many
days.
I have a restaurant.
Okay.
Do you know how many tax you pay?
Constantly
Consumption tax, VAT tax,
bleeding
service tax.
citizens.
Anything they can charge you, they want that water. They want to start charging us for borehole. That you do your own borehole in your water. You are dragging land. Very soon, people in the village, when they go to stream to fetch water, they will meet federal government agents in the stream. Say, stop there. You want to fetch water from this stream? Bring money. If somebody had told me 25 years ago that to see the ocean in Lagos, I must pay. I'll say never. Ocean that big? How can they hide the ocean? I must see beach enter for free. Oh yeah, now go and look at ocean in Lagos for free now. We live by the coast. Lagosians cannot see the ocean for free.
Wow.
This is the people that want. So these people is a fleecing game. It's paying the federal government because then come up with the idea. Say, VAT. Before now 5%, now 7.5. Imagine 50% increase, just vim like that. Beam on all transaction. Okay. Say government don't look say. So it's paying the federal government, but they've lost this one. I mean, even their fellow APC states is stabbing them in the back. Oh, but we are taking the money. Look for another sense. Look easy. I mean, for me, what the bottom line of everything is, this is the people's perspective, is how do these things relate to the well-being of the citizens of this country? Because the duty of our government now, of any government, right-thinking government in any African country, even in Nigeria, anywhere, even in Chad, is the restoration of the dignity of the African man. So far, we've been taught that only money can bring dignity. Because those things that people need for a dignified life, there's a price tag on it here. For your education, to even go to school well, to go to good hospital, to find house to stay. There's no dignified life living under the bridge.
Yeah.
There's no dignity in staying 20 people in one apartment. You know, you and your friends are waking up to each other's face like boyfriend and girlfriend, squeezing in one face, me, I face you. It's true. Then you come out in the morning, you are in traffic for 4 hours to go and do some menial job. You know, nothing that is advancing your humanity. You know, so that is the real issue here in Nigeria. You know, and VAT or no VAT, whether it goes to federal government or the state government, we all know it will end up in the same place, in some account abroad or under the bed in somebody's house.
Wow.
You know.
All right, this is coming from Nika saying, if it's possible, they will ask us to pay for the air that we breathe. And some will say that that is coming very soon.
Very soon, they will put meter in our mouth. They will not say, "But you know, talk." Every word 50 naira. Don't talk. We didn't say don't talk. We are not curtailing your freedom of speech.
Oh, come on.
But one word 50, 200.
Oh my goodness. Anyway, show, it's 11:59. We need to wrap this up. We need to say goodbye. It's been a great run. A big thank you to our sponsors, Adam and Eve, Nigeria's #1 homeware superstore. And to everyone out there that was a part of the show today, we appreciate you. Seun, so what's a pleasure?
Yeah, for everyone on my live, on Lagos Talks Live, you know, supporting our show, listening, our sponsors. Well, our sponsor. And three goes for our guy, Mr. Chris Ubosi, for keeping us on air.
Hi,
you
Mr.
know,
Chris. Thank you.
We are cursing here. You know, you're a brave man. We hail you. You know, and to all our Lagosians, you know, our fellow Lagosians, nothing but love. Have a great weekend. And also, as now they drive now, give each other road. Give each other, at least till I reach house.
Road. Give us space.
Till I reach house, you know, just be giving people road, you know, because I'll be part of you, you know. Thank you very much.
All right, guys. Don't forget to tune in to Reality Radio and you on Seun's Live as well. Reality Radio comes up Fridays at 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. It's usually a fun and exciting conversation we're having about reality TV shows. I'm going to be having guests.
If you dissect all the politics inside Big Brother.
I love that. All the politics.
Yes, the serious show is not about Big Brother.
Very versatile and multifaceted.
You give you all the nitty gritty.
And I'm very good at storytelling as well.
Yeah.
So tune in for that one. I have guests. I have Yerims and Brighto. They're going to be joining me on my panel today. So ensure you stay tuned for that. And I have KV at 12:30 for directions. We know that he's been battling with his mental health. And he had to exit the BB Niger house because of mental health issues. So we're going to be having conversations about mental health and his life after BB Niger at 12:30 on Direction. So ensure that you stay tuned for that one. And amazing content coming your way on the midday show, like I always do, getting you into the weekend with an absolute bang. You can reach out to me on Instagram at Ify_I. That is IFY_I. Seun, have you shared your social media handle?
It's Big Bird Kuti. Big Bird Kuti on Instagram, I think, and Seun Kuti on Facebook. I'm tweeting from London at Real Seun Kuti.
Okay.
It's true. My manager, I pay somebody in London to be tweeting for me because I don't like breaking the law.
I like that.
You know, so somebody's in London tweeting for me, so my Twitter is active. You know, I'm not doing it from Nigeria in any way, shape, or form.
All right, guys, thank you so much. Join us once again next week from 11 a.m. right here on Lagos Talks 91.3. Stick around.
We are Lagos Talks 91.3.
Let's talk.